Hello and welcome. I am BA from the Wheels in the Sky site, and welcome to Astronomy for Gann Traders Series 2 Part 5 called Personal, or better, Personal Astrology for the Trader. There's over a decade I've spent trying to help different traders and have worked with hundreds of them. Certain patterns emerge on times when trading is difficult for them, and I want to share some of those findings with you and talk about them. This inner wheel, and I've cut out a lot, like the personal planets, Sun, Moon, and Venus, etc. I've cut those out of the picture, and I just wanted to deal with the planets as far as the heavier ones that are more important to this topic. This natal is November 29th, 1955 at 4:35 a.m. Central Time, Chicago Heights, Illinois. Like I said, this inner wheel here is the natal, and like I said, we've eliminated the what's called the personal planets like Venus and Earth or Sun, and just left the bad boys here, if you will. Okay, and the outer wheel is the transits. Okay, there's certain times that are difficult for a trader, and if you know these times, if you can time when these time periods occur, it can be beneficial because you can be more alert and safeguard your profits by knowing where these time periods are. Just some very basic astrology for you. Hard aspects are known as 0, 90, 180, 270 degrees. That means when two planets are 90 degrees apart, they're square. 180 degrees apart, they're opposed, and 0 degrees apart is known as a conjunction. And those are what we're going to be dealing with. There's two important points that you need to know on this chart. This is the ascendant here. This is the MC, and they're opposites or counterpoints. The MC is opposed to the IC down here, and this ascendant is opposed to the descendant over here. Okay. When Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto, by transit or direction, but we won't get into direction, crosses one of these, okay, there's usually, almost always, something that demands our attention. Something's going on that we need to address. And this can take away from our trading. As you know, if you're not focused in your trading, it can be a very difficult time period for you to make profits from. So we want to take a look at these. Okay, I'm going to go up to months here, show you some example. Now, go to years. What I'm doing is I'm going forward with this. Right here, as you can see, Saturn is coming in on this ascendant. Okay, this is August of 2013. This will be a very challenging time period for this individual. Can they trade through it? Yes, but they're going to have to be extremely careful. It's a very challenging time period. Astrologers and myself use 6 degrees of orb, but the way orb works is as the planet gets closer, it gets more potent. So as far as trading goes, in my own personal life, I use about 3 degrees, which is just this is already inside 3 degrees. And as you can see, as the days progress, this Saturn here is moving closer to the ascendant. Okay, and I would wait to the exact day it was over to actually what I call clear the time frame. This would be September 11 of 2013. Very challenging time period. When Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto cross any one of these 4 angles, it's a very challenging time period. Okay, can you make profits? Yes, but it's very difficult. So let's take Pluto to the IC here. Okay. Alright, as you can see here, down at the bottom, Pluto is crossing the IC. It's opposing the midheaven here. This for this individual would be a very difficult time period. So when any one of these 4 angles are crossed, it's a difficult time period to trade through. Be aware of this fact. Some of the other time periods that are difficult to trade through my own observations of others, is known as Saturn quadratures. This is when Saturn is in hard aspect to its natal position. okay, or when Uranus is in hard aspect to its natal position, when Neptune is in hard aspect to its natal position, and when Neptune is in hard aspect to Jupiter. This is the natal Jupiter up here, okay, and we would want to see when Neptune here would make a hard aspect to it, which would probably be the opposition here, which occurred for this individual, or will occur for this individual in 2012. As you can see here, Neptune is opposed Jupiter. Okay, what this does is Neptune's illusion. It's a fog, and of course Jupiter is your reward need. So from profits and everything like that. And what it does is it makes you over. Mentally, what it does is, through my observation, is you're almost assured of profits. Everything adds up only one way, and that's a no-lose trade. So you go in big, sometimes all, and you get blown up. Okay, and I've seen that happen. I've had very close friends that's happened to. So when I talk to you about that, on that particular one, you have to look at actually the entire 6-degree orb period, which for this individual would be 2010 through 2012. Okay, and you have to be extremely careful on that one. Okay, Saturn quadratures, we can go see, especially the conjunction of Saturn, which is due for this individual down here in November 2014. Saturn is restriction, okay, and it's loss and separation, and you don't want that to be your money. You don't want to be separated from your money. I've known very good traders that have tried to trade through that period, okay, and they've just destroyed their trading account, okay, and the same with the quadratures and so forth. The Uranus opposition, which this individual faced years ago. Let's go to this here, which would have been 1996. As you can see here, let's go a few months up. As you can see here, this Uranus opposed Uranus here, this opposition. It's known as the midlife cycles, or midlife crisis. It's one of two midlife cycles that cause this crisis. The Neptune is usually square the Neptune at the same time, which we have here. If you look here, this Neptune is square this Neptune, and the Uranus opposed Uranus. Those two cycles create what's called the midlife crisis. That crisis period is an extremely difficult time period to trade through. All right, and it's even psychologists have noted the period, and most are familiar with the terminology of the midlife crisis. This gives you a topical overview of some of the most important elements that I have found that affect traders in time periods. Okay, and I want to recap. Hard aspects, which are 0, 90, 180, and 270 degrees from a planet to its natal position. The following: Saturn to Saturn, Uranus to its natal position, Neptune to its natal position, Neptune to Jupiter natal position. Okay, other difficult time periods to trade through is when one of the angles are crossed, the ascendant, the MC, the IC, or the descendant, and this forms, of course, the cross here. Very difficult time period when Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto is transiting one of those angles. All right, you can, if you want to know more, we've been doing free webinars over at Wheels in the Sky site, www.wheelsinthesky.com, or you can visit our Yahoo group at Wheels in the Sky, all one word. We'll see you there.